Hey there, it's Steph. Welcome to the Stef Fox podcast.
Hey friends, welcome to the Stef Fox podcast. I'm Stef Fox, and today it's just going to be me in the studio. So sometimes I have guests, and this is the first episode that I'm recording where I just want to share some thoughts with you. I think that if you follow me, you likely know that I enjoy watching trends. I like watching trends that are in and out of beauty. And one of the trends that I'm really paying attention to a lot over the last year with beauty is this trend of declining transactions. Now, we have seen this data in the Kim report. If you're not familiar with that, definitely check it out online. It clearly shows us that salons across really all of North America have less transactions. Now, I work with salons all over the country, all over North America, Canada too. And in the last 2 years, something I always ask them, because typically I'm working with them historically in recruitment support. So we're adding staff, which means we have to be monitoring transactions or there's not enough new guests for these new talent. It pulls on cash flow, all of the above. But I ask about transactions and I would hear consistently from my clients, yeah, we're not back to our pre 2020. Well, in 2025, what started changing in the conversation was, but our revenue is up. So 2024 sounded like we're not back to pre 2020 in transactions or revenue. And a lot of salon owners really are just looking at the revenue piece. So 2025, it starts to shift a little. Well, our transactions aren't up, but our revenue's up. And honestly, in those conversations, for a lot of salon owners, it felt like they thought they were winning. Now, 2026 comes along. I saw some data in the fall of 2025 from the Kim report that really talked about what is going on with transactions. It confirmed this reality I've been hearing everywhere with my clients, which is we are down transactionally. Frequency of visit is down. So it means our average guest is coming less, which impacts transactions. And then also, new client count does not look so great. And I then sit back and think, okay, it might feel good to think revenue is up, but that is false growth, you guys. And so, what I want to really talk about today is why you should be proud of yourself that your revenue is up. Not saying that, but you should not kind of just resign yourself to think like we're all good. Because if your transactions are declining, you're not all good. And just the simplest way I think I could explain this to you is if you're a salon owner that offers a team environment, I want you to think about somebody that's left you over the years and you follow them kind of on social media or you hear from other stylists that work for you 5 years in, 6 years in. It's like, gosh, like I'm not as busy as I used to be. That's because of natural attrition, guys, and it happens in salons and it happens with independent artists. So we can take our prices up and then see our revenue increase. And hopefully, if our expenses are aligned, like, yes, we get a little more profit. But the amount that we can take our prices up every single year is not going to sustain what we need for true growth if transactions are declining. So these two metrics, it's critically important that you monitor your increase in your actual transactions and that you monitor the increase in what you charge. So maybe you're taking an increase just on inflation, maybe you're going above inflation, all good. But let's talk about the transaction piece. So why are transactions down? I have a few thoughts. I work with a lot of the professional brands in the US, a lot of the hair care brands. They're clients of mine. We work together with their field sales teams, and then I work to support many of their top accounts, often kind of their top 350. And when I am talking to the brands, it's very clear they're down. And they're down because salons are down. So, like, we're all connected, right? Like, we can't have one part up and the other part down, just like your salon can't be down if all of your hairdressers are up. Anyway, I digress. When we think about what's happened in the last 5 years and you look at pricing, we have increased prices so substantially in beauty for both service and retail that we have started, this is Stephanie's opinion, to outpace what is comfortable for the consumer. So I come in for my appointment today. I'm paying, in many cases across North America, 50% more than what I used to pay just 5.5, 6 years ago. It has consistently gone up. A lot of salons have taken 20%, another 20%. Some salons have been a little more modest, but let's call it at least 30% more than I used to pay. Because, guys, business is expensive. I totally understand why you've done that. I'm not knocking price increases. But what I am saying is I'm a consumer now, right? That's the mindset we're in. I come into your salon, I'm paying substantially more than I used to pay. And my products cost more. So why are transactions down in retail? Well, because when I come in for my service, I'm paying more for that. I can't afford to get my retail products today. And in beauty, we seriously suck, guys, at the follow up of closing the sale for getting them to buy after they've left the salon. And we've kind of just resigned ourselves to blame. Oh, the brands are selling online. Oh, the brands are selling in Ulta. They're selling in Sephora. Now, I am an advocate for salon owners. That is my work. I spent 10 years as a salon owner. I've spent 24 years in this industry. I'm a hairdresser. I love you guys. And I think we have to stop making excuses for what we believe the brands have done to us when it comes to our retail transactions. Absolutely, there have been missteps that suck, but we own the business. So we got to look at the misstep and be willing to say, okay, what am I going to do about the problem inside of my own business? And so if my transactions are down for services and my transactions are down for retail, I got to start picking apart what is going on. So, Steph's opinion, price has a lot to do with it. I think we've really exceeded the threshold. I've seen a lot of salons on the service side outprice their entry market in like point. So like your lowest level service is too high. So you've lost the whole bottom half of your market. And that's the place you can get clients in, have them work with a service provider for a year, love the service provider takes a jump in price. I'm going to stick with you because I love you. But what we see happening are these very high entry level points, and we're struggling to get new clients. Not to mention, as salons, oftentimes there is a gap in knowledge when it comes to marketing, especially as digital marketing continues to evolve, AI search marketing, all these things. I know a lot of salons who are not doing Google search. We're not doing meta ads. We're certainly not working with AI search. The max that we're looking at is like, okay, we're working on our SEO and maybe we write a blog every now and then and we post on social media. And oftentimes posting on social media doesn't even mean we're actually converting or we can measure the conversion. So all of that to say, if we want to drive transactions, because that is required for sustainable business growth, we got to start to look at what's making people not come in for services with the same frequency or not come in at all. Is it because we're too expensive? Is it because they can't find us? Is it because they don't know that we exist? Like, what is it? And then on the retail side, why aren't they buying from us? Is it because they like the loyalty program they get with Ulta? Is it because it's too expensive day of? Is it because your service provider doesn't talk about it in a way that's educated that makes them think, man, I should buy from you? Or is it because we don't tell the consumer, hey, every time you buy your retail here, instead of on Ulta, Sephora, or Amazon sites, you support your hairdresser? Guys, let's just step back and look at consumer behavior. It's a beautiful thing and it's a sucky thing when we are salon owners with teams. Your consumer is loyal to your hairdresser over loyalty to the salon. And you can work as hard as you want and do everything you want to convince yourself that, like, we do everything, we're a team and they move around. Yes, some salons do get to the point where this is a win for them, but the majority of consumers pick the one person that they like and trust, and they will follow that person. If that's the case, guys, lean into that love that they have for the hairdresser and start telling them, put a mirror talker on your station. Every time you buy retail here, you support your hairdresser. You might consider offering some sort of buyback discount if they buy day of. You might consider some sort of texting experience or email experience to remind them what their hairdresser recommended. You might decide you want to open an e-commerce store and start shipping product, text them the link with a cart and ask them to buy from you. There's a lot of things you can do here, including swag, right? Because you ask the brands that support you, especially if you're a big buyer, to provide some samples and gifts for you as gifts with purchase when people buy from you. Like, the point I'm making is we have to get creative about this. We cannot just resign ourselves to say, like, oh, sales are up, revenue's up. Because, guys, I bet if you go look at your data, your transactions are down. Now, if I'm going to bucket all of this into kind of one final thought for you, I want you to ask yourself, where are we playing average? And every one of us, myself included, has areas in our business where we get stuck with status quo. Oh, we train the consultation. We do that. We have the best education. Would your client say so? Do every one of them walk out with product? Do you have a high service to retail purchase? Like, if not, then you're just lying to yourself. You're just telling yourself, yeah, we're so great at this. But if the actual end result isn't a measurable change, the behavior's not happening the way you think that it is. So I want to challenge you all with so much love. I know I'm coming across intense. In case you can't tell, I'm pretty passionate about this because I want you to grow. I want to challenge all of you to look deeply at the operational systems in your business, to look deeply at how your team shows up and greets people, even how they say goodbye, who does the follow up, What are you going to do that takes you from average to exceptional? Because if we're going to climb in price as an industry, which we are, and I'm here for it, but we cannot outpace what the consumer perceives our value to be. And you guys, we have done that. We have done that. We have done that. So we have got to take a look back. And I'm not saying drop your prices, but I'm saying check your entry market point. Make sure you can build loyal, loving clients at a palatable price point. So they want to follow that hairdresser as they charge more. Go in and check, how are we following up with people after they are with us to purchase retail? Look at your consultation. Are we adding exceptional value? Look at services like the shampoo that make people just like, oh, this is amazing. Stand out. Make sure your team is like kicking ass with the things that make people go and tell their friends. This is not new, but you guys, we lose focus. The data speaks. Transactions are down. This is not a healthy environment for salons. We cannot be revenue up, transactions down, and think all is good, because it's not. So have a look at your business. Give me your thoughts below or send me an email. Hit me on social, Stef_Fox. Would love to know what you're doing about this. And I wish you the best of luck.